Right, welcome to the Value Script podcast, where we bring value every episode to the everyday person. Today, as we were setting up to shoot, I had something come to me that I wanted to share with y'all. We were sitting here and we saw a little FedEx truck pull up, and the FedEx employee comes to the door and she asks if we can help her carry in some very heavy boxes. And I thought, couple of things. First of all, I was like, well, what if we couldn't? How would we, I don't know. It just struck me odd that, she wasn't able, whatever. But, my wife being so wonderful was like, heck yeah, we can. And me being who I am was like, well, I guess we can. And so.
Well, she passed me walking by back to the truck and she goes, yes, men.
She almost linebackered you.
I know.
Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, so we go out there and she has these big brown boxes and she's like, what the heck did you order, Meredith? What the heck did you order?
It's like shelving for the game room to organize kids' toys and stuff.
There you go. So she struggles.
Glass shelving?
No, it's wood. Like just wooden, whatever. Huh. Storage. Right. More not shelving, it's like storage.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, we go out there and she gets the box out of the truck and I pick it up long ways. I'm holding it like this, long ways. And I thought, man, this is kind of difficult. This is heavy and difficult. I can see how she wasn't able to carry it. And I thought, this is not the right way to carry this. So I repositioned the box so I could use, my strength and what, my anatomy and what made it easier for me to carry that box in. And all of a sudden the box really didn't feel heavy at all and just walked right in. And I sat there thinking, I thought, man, how many times in life do we have something that's difficult to carry? Whether it's your relationship with your wife, not that ours is difficult to carry. But at times it has been. Let's be honest, right? Yeah, it has. Or perhaps it's hard to carry that you're not satisfied with your employment, or you're not satisfied with your home. And I thought sometimes I think maybe all we need to do to improve that is change the way we are carrying it. How are you carrying your job? Are you showing up? Are you showing up, clocking in, just putting your time in, just doing what the man wants, clocking out? And that's why you're depressed and miserable?
You have a bad attitude all day.
Right, because you don't love it, because you're not carrying it right? Or do you shift that load to how you can carry it best, how you can apply your strengths to it and your abilities to it, and then you put 100% into it, and you show up and you outperform every day? If you do that, and you'd be so good you can't be ignored, guarantee you're not going to be in the same place next year.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's good, babe. That's a good analogy.
I just came up with that, every once in a while.
Just from the FedEx coming.
Yeah, every once in a while a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Yeah. But seriously, it's really just like depending on how you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm. Or how you carry the load. How you carry the situation, right? Yeah. And a lot of times it's mindset. We get stuck in our mindset and sometimes you can't see it, and it's not, I'm not blaming you. Sometimes it's hard to really see what you can't see, and all you can see is, man, I just got to get up at 5 o'clock today. I just got to put my shoes on. I just got to get in the car. I just got to get my lunch, and then I got to get to the job site, and then and you get tunnel vision. But are you using your strengths? Are you using your best abilities? And how are you carrying that load that seems heavy? Because if the load seems heavy, maybe all you need to do is change the way you're carrying the load. Mm-hmm. And perhaps, maybe you need to call in reinforcements. Maybe you need to realize no matter how I carry this load, it's going to be too much for me. So I go ask somebody, say, hey, help me with your resources. Mm-hmm. And then help me carry this load. Yeah. Or maybe help me learn how to carry it like you would carry it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so good. The other morning I woke up and I really was just mad. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was upset.
Was it me?
A little bit, to be honest, but it wasn't totally you. We've had a lot of stress and a lot of hard things the last week or so. And And I woke up and I was just not in a good frame of mind, and it was early and I was tired and, getting kids ready for school. And I was like, dang it, I don't want to feel like this. So I just went into the bathroom and I just took some deep breaths, and I was like, I am going to choose to have a good day today. And I'm going to choose to be grateful that I get to be up with these beautiful children and send them off to school. And I'm going to be happy that I have an amazing husband and this beautiful home. And I just really chose to change where my focus was. That made all the difference. I swear it was 30 seconds just to calm down and reshift my focus on what was going on that day. And I think that's it. Just like you said, changing your focus and how are you carrying your load? Because I still had to do all the same stuff that morning. It was just the mindset of how I was doing it.
I think it's Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, life is 10% your circumstances that you're in, and 90% how we react to those circumstances. Yeah. Right? You can, and that, that just brought up to you. I have this, the best allergy and immunologist doctor in the world is the doctor I go to. I get the opportunity to go to her.
That's pretty lucky.
Yeah, she really is.
Dr. Eiza Ching. Dr. Eiza Ching, she Arizona Allergy and Asthma Institute. I swear she's the smartest doctor I know. When we couldn't figure out how to help Brecken, our son, overcome and he was just sick all the time after he had COVID. He was just sick. He would get everything. And when anything the kids got, he got everything times 10.
Did you get that figured out?
And he was nice. So sick. He was so sick. And he was so tired. He had so much fatigue. He could barely get through the school day. And then he was trying to do football, and he was trying to do homework, and he was falling asleep. And I'm thinking, gosh, man, this can't just be my 14-year-old son's life.
Yeah.
There's got to be something more to it. And then we started, thinking, we went into the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, why are you here? The medical assistant was like, why are you here? And I was telling the MA, I was like, hey, she says, well, is he having problems with his asthma? I said, no. She said, was he having problems with his allergies? I said, no. She's like, why are you here? That's what we do. Yeah. Why are you here? Right? Yeah. And I said, well, because Dr. Ching's also an immunologist, and she's the very smartest doctor I know, along with Dr. McCarthy, if you're listening. But
for sure.
I mean, they're different specialties, but both excellent in what they do. But and I was like, and I want her to help me figure out how to help my son get better. And so she came in. She's still one of the best doctors at administering a physical exam to observe and, look at your physical symptoms. Still looks in your eyes. She still looks in your ears, looks in your nose, does, the art of the physical exam. And just for doing that
you don't usually see people do anymore.
And the medical model these days is get them in, get them out. Don't have time for you don't have time to really be a doctor anymore. Yeah. Anyways, the other thing I thought was interesting, and I don't necessarily understand the scientific mechanism for this, so don't kill me, but she said, hey, how do you guys feel about the vaccine? We're like, well, we don't plan on getting it. She says, excuse me. She says, that's okay. I was like, what I was going to say is this: if you were planning on getting him the vaccine, since he's had COVID twice, or if you've ever had COVID once, before you get the vaccine, you must test your innate natural immunity and see what your body already has. Because if your immune titers are really high and you have a high level of immune resistance against COVID already, and you get the vaccine, you're going to get sick. Mm-hmm. It's like, wait, we haven't heard that on the news. Why isn't that out there?
But you do hear about everybody's getting so sick right after the vaccines.
But remember the coincidental wave of, first was the epidemic of the unvaccinated, but then it became all of a sudden the only people getting it were the ones that had been vaccinated. That's why. But what did we hear? Our public health leaders tell us, keep getting boosters. Yeah. Well, any coincidence why Biden was double vaxxed, double boosted, and still got it?
And I guarantee hardly anyone's getting tested.
And they're the ones decrying us not following the science.
Right.
Just such a wake up call.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not to go off on a tangent.
Not to go off on that tangent. So I guess all this rambling, and not to get off on the political tangent, but sometimes you got to bring specialists into your life. Sometimes you have to reach out and figure out, okay, if I don't have this skill set, or I don't have this help, or I don't have this outcome that I need, who can help me get it? And how can we go get it? And if you don't seek that out, things might not get better. And then you're going to be frustrated. And then and then you have all the other mental effects that come from that. So if your life isn't quite going the way you want it to, like we've said before, number one, it's nobody's fault but yours. And I think that sometimes that ruffles some feathers,
yes,
right? Because everybody's like, well, look at my circumstances. Well, maybe you're in horrible circumstances, but can you make those better?
Everybody's got circumstances. Can you make those better? Of some sort,
and maybe you need help. Maybe you need experts. Like we went to an expert. Maybe you need to call in reinforcements of love and family. Or maybe you just need to come save yourself. Most of the time it's that. Most of the time you just need to dig in, find the discipline to make yourself better. You need to find a way to carry that load in the way that you have the most strength to carry the load, and where you can use your ability to carry that load the best. Just like that dumb box of shelves. And with that, I think we should wrap this up. Don't forget to do your part. Like, share, and subscribe. Clickety click. We'll see you next time on an excellent episode of TVS.